So we're taking a tour of Burrabazaar with the real local. So the first thing we're checking out is the stock exchange. Funny enough, I've lived here for 10 years and I've never seen the local stock exchange. We're gonna cross the street. It's an art that I have no idea how to do. Look at that. Look at the bus. You gotta run, get on. So the challenge is not to die while crossing the street. Okay, let's go. Oh my god. Whoa. Bhai, mar gaya almost. Look at that. Sweets being sold in the street. So these are buildings from the colonial British times. One thing you'll notice is you just gotta, you don't walk on the sidewalk. It's not cool to walk on the sidewalk.
अभी उतना भीड़ नहीं है यहाँ पे संडेस को ठीक है
So this is the Kolkata Stock Exchange, which is inoperational.
Malai toast must have big.
Okay, so we're gonna try the tea and Malai toast. Apparently it's famous here. Malai toast पता क्या है?
टोस्ट के ऊपर वो मलाई लगा
There's so much sugar on it. Here's our tea.
कैसा चाय कैसा वो saffron
मेरे को भी नहीं पता. This tea has some saffron in it. The toast tastes better with tea. So apparently this place is so popular that on Sundays there's nowhere to park your car here, and it's just full of people coming for tea and the toast. Done with our tea and toast, and 2 teas plus 2 toasts was $2. So Kolkata is one of the few cities in the world where you still have people dragging these rickshaws with their bodies. There's no bicycle. It's just people going there and they walk it themselves. Hopefully we get to see one of them in action. As we're walking, it's getting more and more crowded. It's yeah, it's pretty insane. Like all the noise, the people. It's so much commerce. You can literally buy anything here. So now we're on a street that specializes in electronic stores. So as you can see, electrical stores. Slowly getting stuck in a sea of human traffic. Cars and motorbikes, everything is supposed to pass just through this. I don't know how that works. A lot of people just carrying boxes. Commerce, look at that. You gotta bend and make sure nothing hits you. So Indian Spider-Man was here and he decided to leave some electrical cables instead of spiderweb. Look at that. This is just like not at all a fire hazard. Just insane. Bagri market. So इसमें क्या मिलता है? Wow, just look at how crowded it is. And this is not that crowded. I'm pretty sure. मुझे इतना भीड़ नहीं है ना अभी?
अभी नहीं है.
This is empty by Indian standards.
बल्क में चाहिए, होलसेल में चाहिए, चॉकलेट जो हैंगर जो एनीथिंग वो तो वो यहाँ के.
So here we have a store where you can buy condoms in wholesale. And it's one of the few places. And look at that. There's like shops for bags, shades, and then suddenly you have a condom shop. Very interesting. Let's see how a truck goes through the sea of humans. Just honk your way all the way. Also, let's do a challenge. So I'm today wearing shorts. Let me see how long it takes before I can find someone wearing shorts on the street. It is winter, but it's still like 26 degrees here. Like not a single person wearing shorts. Okay, they're not wearing shorts. That's like a traditional outfit, but like not a single human being wearing shorts. It's just not a thing. It's just not a thing. You gotta watch your head. You've always gotta watch your head. Never know who's gonna come with a box and hit your head. So I just got my head hit by this box. Keeps hitting my head. So Mohit's head got hit too. Stuck in between carts, motorbikes, people. Gotta watch your feet, head, everything. Ouch. Yeah, so maybe walking in between the carts and motorbikes, not a good idea. Try to stick to the sides. Oh yeah, here we have a hand-work shop puller. As you can see, it's not as common anymore, but you still see people transporting stuff. But sometimes you can also see people being transported on these. This is absolute craziness. I just hope I don't get injured. And now, how on earth is this truck gonna get through that? Like, a human being can barely get through. This is gonna be insanity. That's a good way for people to get through. So yeah, even though it's so crowded, I mean, you gotta take care of your stuff, but compared to Latin America, this is definitely safer. That's the great thing about India. Like, yeah, in terms of safety of your valuables and you getting robbed on gunpoint, that type of stuff doesn't happen here that often. Yeah, see, there's a red light, but no one's stopping. The cop hits they just hit the bus as hard as possible. Imagine you have a new Mercedes and the cop does that. Okay, so as you can see here, there's people who start shops on cars that are parked here. As you can see, this guy is selling panda themed slippers on someone's car that's not his. It's just a random car that's parked here, and you can just start a shop. Lipstick. This is your local Sephora. So you can remove your car and they'll have to move their shop away from your car, but look at that. Okay, sometimes there's a driver sitting in there and they just have an agreement that, oh, let me start a shop on your car. Pretty hilarious, honestly. Calcutta is very famous and iconic for these yellow taxis that are pretty old, but it's all around the city and gives the city a little bit of a historic feel. Look at that dog. He is playing with fire. So yeah, you gotta watch your feet so a car doesn't run over you, and then you also gotta watch your head so no one bumps into you with their boxes. Do you think you're a parking expert? I dare you. Park like these two cars. Look, they're actually touching. How are you gonna take your car out if you're being touched from both sides? I don't know. It doesn't matter. There's already a shop on your car. You can't take it out anyway. A random tap running. Apparently India has too much water to waste. So we're finally taking the challenge to walk through a sidewalk. And actually, it's not that bad. As you can see, there's a lot of shops. Not too much space to walk, but there's so much you can buy. There are some street cobblers here, like polishing shoes. So the area we're in is called Burrabazaar, which literally translates to big market. And as you can see, this whole area is a big market, everything and anything, and it's like a lot of different blocks where you can just buy everything for cheap. So you can buy pickles in a large quantity. Look at that, they look delicious. Some of these pickles, by the way, can be very spicy, but they taste amazing.
Abhinandan, ये यहाँ का सबसे popular जगह है खाना पीना के लिए.
So it's the most popular food place around the area. Abhinandan. यहाँ तुम क्या खाते हैं normally?
हम तो कभी पुलाव खाते हैं, कभी बिरयानी खाते हैं, कभी इधर different varieties of सब्जीज होते हैं, पापड़ देते हैं लोग. जैसे खड़े लोग खाते हैं, तो बैठने का भी नहीं ऐसे.
I've decided not to risk my dear digestive system, and like there's a good chance nothing's gonna happen, but I'm not used to street food in India anymore. Apparently the food's really good, but I'm gonna enjoy the taste of this food through his taste buds. Mohit, तेरे मुंह से मैं मजा लूंगा.
क्या बात बोला यार. I wish.
So that's the food plate Mohit is gonna eat. कितना लग रहा है इसका? So the grand total cost of this plate is $1.35. It's a great deal. It's like a lunch. I think he eats more than me, but I feel like I could have 2 lunches. So this is the sitting area where you take food from there and eat here. A lot of flies here. Bye, Simon. Check people. Now that Mohit has done food, we're gonna try walk to a place that's a little more reputable, a little more hygienic hopefully, so I can comfortably have some lunch and have a low risk of getting diarrhea. So this is a sweet shop that I used to love as a kid. There's this one sweet called Peda that I really like, so let's see if I can find that sweet. Oh yeah, they have it. That's the yellow sweet right there. That's what I really like. Let's see if it tastes the same or has the taste changed. We're eating one of my favorite dishes called chola bhatura. Yeah, it's basically chickpeas with this bread that's really delicious, but yeah, it's fried as hell. Pray to God I don't get diarrhea. I'm gonna take every stomach medicine possible right after this. Yeah, I'm so scared someone's gonna just knock my food out of my hand. Mohit is better navigating crowded situations that we're in. So check out how fluffy this is. It's like filled with air. Okay, let's try this one. So one risk is it's gonna be very spicy. It's like the perfect amount of spice. I think people underestimate my spice tolerance. It's pretty decent. Okay, so I'm almost done. The food is actually pretty tasty, but the way to balance out the spice is eating this sweet that I used to love as a kid. Oh my god, it still tastes as good as before. It's so good. So we're done food and we're back in the chaos. यहाँ का बंदा नहीं है, कनाडा में रहता है। Instead of paying, I've decided I'm gonna pull him. Honestly, it takes zero physical effort. It's so easy. So yeah, normal rate is 50 rupees, but we had to pay 100 rupees because I was the driver. And so that's unfair. I drive him and then I have to pay double the rate. The jokes aside, it's a pretty fun experience. It doesn't take that much physical strength. When I push it, I don't feel any effort. It's as simple as walking. So my issue with street food, I mean anywhere in the world, especially in India, is people use their hands without gloves for everything. Like it's totally normal. Like the guy just used his hands to wipe the inside of the pot, break the ice, everything. You don't know where that hand went a few minutes ago. So I got a small one, he's getting a big one. Apparently it's supposed to be really good. Kya naam hai jagah ka?
This one is Ram Kumar Rakitlan, sir.
It's really good. Super sweet.
It's the cocktail of curd and rabdi pot. I know 15 varieties of lassi, sir.
Achha.
And you will get the 15 taste over here.
What other varieties?
I can make kesar pista shake here. I can make rope shake here. I can give you the badam shake here. We are running this shop from 98 years. I'm the 4th generation in this
98 years?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm the 4th generation in this line.
So your great grandfather's great have this smoke coming out to make sure flies don't come here. So that's $2.50 for 2 of these. Some guy taking a quick nap on a couch. Why not? That was delicious. Now I've officially eaten 3 or 4 things today, which could give me diarrhea. So if I do get it, I'm gonna blame it on this exact thing which he forced me to have. Okay, so we're almost done with our tour. Mohit has to go somewhere, and I'm not confident enough to be here alone because I might get run over by one of these. Definitely a very interesting place. I've never explored it in so much detail, even when I was a kid. There's no better place, no better person to show you this place than Mohit, who's the local kid born in the streets of Burrabazaar.
No, I'm not born.
So we're gonna take a local bus. It's gonna be very crowded. And yeah, the buses here are really ratchet. They don't care. At times they don't even stop. You have to kind of run your way up on it. It's not like these buses are any surprise to me. Like when I used to live here, I used to take such buses every week. But it's been over 10 years, so let's see how I fare on these buses. So we're gonna catch this bus. So the bus didn't even stop and we got on it. The buses here don't stop. Look at that. That's inside the bus. It's a pretty old bus, I'd say. It's 30, 40 years old probably. So we're all squished up. And this is like very empty. This bus can get so crowded. There's like people hanging outside. So yeah, there's no official stops. You just ask the conductor right here to stop wherever you want. And we paid 10 rupees per ticket. That's like 15 cents. It's as cheap as it gets. Our stop is coming up. See these, we don't really have doors on these buses. So make sure a bike doesn't kill you when you get off. Okay, so I've called my Uber and that was it for the tour of the center of Kolkata. Even though I grew up here, I never checked out the markets in depth. It's as interesting, if not more interesting and crowded than markets in Latin America, but way safer. You can easily record with your GoPro, no one's gonna pickpocket you. It's amazing.